Welcome back to Blueprint channel, it's TK and today I'm gonna showcase the Super BARCH making a comeback in Legends League. So let's dive in and see how this strategy can be super effective. Okay, we are up against this box base right here, a super toxic one I would say against the Root Riders, because if you take a closer look on each major defense, you basically have a certain wall gap, and well, guess what, with Super Archers we're just gonna take the entire core of this base. But guys, don't forget, on this account that I'm showing you these current attacks, I don't actually have the equipments maxed out. I have, decent level. Is I wouldn't say a free-to-play account, but it's not a very account that I spend money on. But now you can see this blimp. Look at this landing. This is what I want to tell you. That landing, if there is double giant bomb right there, they wouldn't do anything to your archers. Your archers will stay alive. But the same exact area, if you go ahead and land around the 12 o'clock side of that, like a bit higher, you wouldn't activate the second giant bomb if there was any, that's what we're saying. But that's when your archers then take damage. So if you clone archers, then you find the bomb and they're gonna die. So a lot of people tell me that the archer HP nerf is kind of affecting this strategy in a lot of ways, right? Like the mortar, the scatter shot shooting you, the splash of the scatter. There's a lot of things that happens, but you need to be careful where you land. So now with that headhunter, we're gonna get through that enemy queen nicely. We got the Root Riders. This is kind of the original army. I just added a few little stuff and costed a few little stuff like a headhunter, like the mini warden. It's a really good thing to have that mini warden or the apprentice warden, however you want to call it. I have it in this army exactly because we are going to use the warden ability on most of the bases that we face, just because TH16 has that thing that it has a lot of major defenses. So champion on the top side, we're gonna take down the enemy RC also before my champion reach that area. We do have an invisibility tower on the town hall, which I'm gonna freeze, pop the king, and I'm gonna pop the queen. I thought my king would have taken down the monolith just before the invisibility go off. That's why I popped the king. You can just pop the queen ability, that would be just fine. And now you could have gone with the king, but you can see how the army works. We're gonna use the warden on the next two attacks as well, just because the bases are compact. You can get a lot of value with a nice landing. You just have to watch out for poison towers, just like this base. I landed right before it, and you can see the attack is getting crushed. And this strategy, guys, it's not about having heroes alive till the end, it's about having your RC alive till the end. So you need to protect your royal champion, especially with those new equipment. So let's move on to the next hit and see what I do. Alright, second hit here, and guys, look at this single infernos. I mean, this space was a bit wider than the last one. You have defenses on the sides, everything is a bit further than the core, but I still wanted to go for the core. But you're gonna see what happens on this space. We're gonna go ahead with these loons, and notice this, I have a warden on ground. This is because if you put the warden on air, maybe some air defenders or something gonna target it. But take a look at this, I'm gonna pop that equipment, and that actually kills the queen and very much the royal champion. Unfortunately, we do found the tornado, and for those who are wondering, on this account I do have that fireball equipment up to level 16, so it's not even 18 to be able to crush left and right. But what I do is that I try to put it on the warden, and with rocket loons, with a few early barbarians and a few loons, I try for my warden ability to be somewhere around the area I want to drop the archers, or forward at least, so we can get the value from that fireball. Sometimes you may not get it, it's fine. Sometimes you don't get the value from a healer puppet, or your hog puppet on the royal champion will find spring traps or bombs. It doesn't matter if every attack doesn't give you the fireball value. And what is most important is that the tornado caught us on this base, so I didn't go fully to the core and get the value I was looking for. But you can see the base, the moment you get both spell towers on a TH16 like layout, it's done. Like even if you get one spell tower like the last hit, it's done. But the spell towers could make a difference depending on what they are, especially with your super archer landing or your root riders, which they can die. But look at this, I kept one root rider. This is something I would suggest you to do on the bases that have super closed walls. Everything is closed, everything is like a closed box, and this base was the perfect example for it. That's why I wanted to bring you. So now the king gonna take out the town hall nicely, the queen will go to the monolith, and we have ice golem tanking for these exposed barbarians, and you can see how crushed the base is even with a tornado against the super archer method. It's just about that big funnel, and especially when you don't have the warden, the apprentice warden is going to help you out a lot throughout the entire attack, giving boosts to all of your root riders, titan, king and queen, and it's just incredible. We're going to crush this base too. Let's move on to the next hit. Okay, another box base, and this is like one of the most bases that is up in Legends and is so actually popular in the fact that they think it can defend the spam root riders, right? I mean, sometimes they do if the attacker is really bad or they're unlucky. But take a look at this warden equipment again. I'm gonna pop it on that inferno so we get this little area done and dusted. Now the blink will go further and the super archers will get that additional value in front of that fireball value. That's why I like to have the fireball. Sometimes it's gonna work out super nice for you, but sometimes you might pop it on the outer mortar. It doesn't matter, especially when you have the warden with the heroes inside the base. You might not like where you're going to pop your warden ability because it might hit a Tesla, but still it's gonna give you that nice like atomic bomb value. Now we're gonna pull the ice golem to the top side, and you can already see the base is 33% defense is gone. That's out of this world. Like the super archer are nerfed, that's correct. They nerfed the blink, they nerfed the super archer, they nerfed even the super barbarian, they nerfed the root rider twice in these armies, but you can already see this strategy is still on top and is so strong against those top bases that some of you might just keep commenting down below. There's a lot of ring bases with poison towers out there. You can easily just trick poison towers. I have a lot of guides with it, especially on Blueprint channel and on my own channel, and it's just insane how this strategy is still working out so good. I'm not personally using it right now as my pushing strategy. As you saw before, I'm using the Sui Lalo, but still this strategy just reminds me of the good old days back in Town Hall 15, man. Champion again on the opposite side, we're gonna clean up behind, and again there's nothing much from this base except the heroes and the town hall. Simple as that. We got the equipments nicely, guys. If you don't have certain equipments upgraded, or you have it lower levels, or you have it maxed, you can switch up. There is always like different equipments can work very well together. In general, the attack is so strong that the equipments at the end, it doesn't really matter that much. But let's move on to the last hit. Alright, another base here we have. It does look like a ring base, but a bit like a box type, okay? But I'm not gonna use the warden ability on this one, just to show you the super archer can still be strong without the warden ability, especially when, guys, I don't want to spoil it for you, man. I don't want to spoil it, but we're gonna land right behind the wall, and if there was no Teslas, I would have cloned like, you know, a bit safer. But because the Teslas pop in the rage tower, that's why we are safe, because there is no giant bomb. So now we're taking down this area, and one thing I notice here is that did they nerf the super archer damage? I don't know, guys, I don't know, but yeah, this town hall is nowhere near going down and it's going to stay up. But that's why I want to show you this attack, because we got the warden and we got 3 heroes other than the warden, so we still have everything, so there is no need to panic. You can still save this. We got nice funnel troops, of course the super barbarians on the top side, and when you have the warden with your Sui, this is what I would recommend. Have the mini warden or the apprentice warden with your royal champion, and take a look again. One root rider on the top side I'm dropping to funnel everything into the town hall and into the monolith. That's important funnel, guys. With just barbarians you would have invested a lot. Now you can see this is where, around this time is where I'm going to pop the Warden ability, because my king is gonna get tanked for that monolith. And look at that, we hit a builder with that Warden equipment. That is a nice thing because it damaged the monolith for later on in the attack, something that not a lot of people might notice if you have the Warden with your Sui on the super BARCH. Now I'm gonna go with the freeze. I missed the enemy queen, but still fine, we're gonna take her out nicely. Queen going to the top side, and you can already see the super archer, it doesn't matter even if it doesn't give you the town hall and you didn't invest the Warden, just because the rest of the base will always be a very easy job to get through if you have that nice funneling troops. And of course the Root Riders are still overpowered in this meta, and it's just insane, man. Any strategy you can really use, and I was here to show you can still use this strategy if it was once your favorite. So hopefully you enjoyed it. See you soon in the next video. Take care and peace.